Earth signs, I hope that you all had a good November. Let's take a look at your energies for December. What have you got going on? Earth signs, what have you got going on in December? Okay, Earth signs, there might be something that you're feeling a little bit out of your emotional depth with. You might be crying a little bit this month of December, and you're not sure why. There's a situation that's kind of causing these emotions to well up. There might be a situation that you've kind of been delaying working through, and when this new thing comes up, the old situation kind of like rattles. It's kind of like you see how this old situation could end soon, and it's kind of making you cry a bit. If you feel like you're kind of nostalgic about the old situation, but I'm also seeing like being too deeply attached to it, needing to move on, like holding on to the past a little bit. That could be about a bit of stagnancy when it comes to being water. Like you're supposed to be free flowing, but that's just ideally speaking. There might be some things that you need to let go of this month in December, and just because it's around the holiday season, like it's particularly rough on you. And you might have some water energy in your chart that makes you like way emotional around the holidays just anyway. Like this might be a holiday where you're just kind of like, you see a commercial and you want to cry, right? Cool, let that energy go, but I don't like, that would be more like upright energy. And this is in reverse. So I'm sticking by my guns with that situation that's kind of overdue for needing to be ended. You're just feeling really nostalgic about that situation. Yeah, you need to leave. Yeah, you need to pack your bags and leave. It's high time. This is a burden that you've been carrying for a minute. And it's gotten especially heavy lately, and you don't know why. It's causing a lot of conflict, right? Getting out of this situation will cause a lot of conflict around you, but I also see it's going to cause some inner conflict. You don't want to move forward necessarily. And so when you don't want to move forward, you kind of stay stagnant when it comes to your emotions, and you're more likely to cry just to kind of like, it's not even like cathartic, like you're releasing the situation. You're crying because you're staying in the situation. It's a huge burden, and it's causing a lot of chaos within yourself. That's why you're crying this month in December, Earth signs. Let's do a little bit more shuffling after I reverse one more time. Eventually. 2 more cards. There we go. Yes. So let's get more details. So I see you starting a new era this month, and it's definitely high time. You know, this new situation that you have coming up is really, really exciting, but it's also going to make the people that you leave behind really upset, because there might be some things in this new situation that they really, really want, that they've wanted for a long time, but they haven't been able to have because they haven't done the work for it like you have, Earth signs. And that might be really putting you in your emotions. Yep, nostalgic. Yeah. It's a new era, but you're also nostalgic about the people that you're leaving behind, just exactly as I thought earlier. Yep. Spirit come through, am I right? Yep, it's causing you a lot of heartbreak. You're crying because the people that you're leaving behind may not be that good for you at all. They might really dislike you, and getting started on a new era might be just what the universe wants to do some nice things for you while at the same time punishing the people you've left behind who haven't seen you for who you really are, who don't appreciate your worth, and just kind of use you. You're just kind of there for them. Yeah, I see you moving away from this. It is a heartbreaking situation, but I do see you working through this because this new situation is something that you've really wanted for a long time. You've been working on this for a minute. This is slow, really gradual, permanent progress. Once the Knight of Pentacles is upgraded into the King of Pentacles, that shit's not going anywhere because it's very firmly established. The only reason that it goes anywhere at all is because the universe brings it down, right? So you've been establishing something in spite of the heartbreak. And again, I can see you like working carefully and crying at the same time because these are still probably family members, some really close friends, for instance, that you've known your whole life. But this new situation kind of reveals their new colors, or not new colors, their true colors is what I should say. And you cannot be around those people once those true colors. Honestly, it's not good for you to be around them right now, but when the true colors come out, it's going to be kind of like it's going to be a little bit dangerous to be around them. Emotionally dangerous, for sure. Maybe not physically as much as like spiritually dangerous. Yes, moving on a trip that the universe has thoroughly blessed. Moving through this heartbreak, moving away from the nostalgic stuff that causes heartbreak for you, and moving into this new situation is what's going to keep you rolling down a track that the Spirit really wants you to go down. The progress is going to be really careful, but Earth signs, that is well within your element. Pentacles energy. You are the magician. You are on a journey. Not just a spiritual journey, but you are seeing how powerful you are to rise out of this nostalgic situation that maybe has kept you held down a little bit just because you do love these people so much. They're your family, right? I think that we're in an era where it's much more culturally acceptable to completely cut family off when they're awful to you instead of just tolerating their presence every holiday season. But you're learning how to be your utter self. You don't necessarily need to work with other people at all in order to be an utterly powerful person that the universe just loves to have working for them. You are going to have to see how some of the working relationships that you've developed with your family, maybe some close friends, how they're not working out anymore, and possibly how they've been maybe not stealing from you like money, but they've been stealing your efforts, your energy, for instance. They're energy vampires. And so you, starting on this new journey with this new partnership, new relationship, that could be like a business partnership, for instance, that's going to be really enlightening into how awful this particular work relationship with family or friends or whatever, it's going to highlight how awful that situation was. You're going to like leaving that behind. So it looks like this old partnership kind of kept you thinking in old thought patterns that didn't serve you anymore. And it might even kept you in a little bit of regret. Might have kept you like, I don't know, just kind of like circling the toilet of, I'm trying to make things work in my head. There's just a lot of emotion that you don't know how to deal with. And there might be some things that you kind of like throw the baby out with the bathwater, so to speak. Like you're just like, everything's terrible. When in fact, no, there are some cups that you need to like take care of that are upright and that have like plenty of good stuff in them. There might be some old things that you're leaving behind in this old partnership that while you're leaving them behind and seeing their lies for what they are, because those people might, like I was saying, like they might have been stealing some efforts from you through lying to you. Basically, like, if you do this stuff for us, we're going to do this stuff for you. For instance, we're going to give this stuff to you. And like it was a bait and switch. They lied to you, basically. And I'm seeing you just saying there's nothing to be, I'm taking absolutely nothing out of this. And that's not entirely true. Earth signs, yes, stuff was taken from you that shouldn't have been. However, you're coming out of this as a new person, and that is something that you should be grateful for. The universe is reestablishing balance because it has been thrown out. So being so attached to these nostalgic situations is what is creating so much of this imbalance. The universe wants you to leave these family members that you're so attached to behind. That's going to sound impossibly difficult to some earth signs. The universe still wants you to find a way to start gradually doing it this month of December. Because there's the threat, and I hate to put it that way, but there's the strong suggestion from the universe that they will recreate the balance, set things back into what nature wants, what karma needs in order to move forward, because it can't have you in this energy. It needs you rolling forward in this energy. It needs you seeing yourself as the magician, somebody who has everything they need within themselves to have a wonderful life. And to live a high-vibing life on top of that. Needs you to walk away from this family situation in order for you to reestablish balance for the universe. That's what the universe wants you to do. They want you to walk away. They don't want to force you to walk away. These regrets aren't actually as big as they are. You might be making a little bit of a mountain out of a molehill, just because, we have right here, King of Cups in reverse. These are not great people that you're leaving behind anyway. So don't waste too many tears on them. Cry for yourself, in the sense that these people should have been here for you. They should have been awesome family members, and they weren't. Cry for yourself in the sense that you did not get the proper family upbringing that you should have, that you had a dysfunctional family when you should have had a functional one, or a more functional one. I don't know if there's such a thing as a functional family, but you should have had a better one. Yep, it's saying, look to the universe. We are guiding you. There is a star in the sky, so to speak, that is guiding you to Bethlehem, so to speak. Yeah, I don't know why I wanted to cry just a second ago, but you're being guided someplace really, really cool. The universe does not want to reestablish balance for you. They want you to do it for yourself. They're giving you some really neat signs and synchronicities that you need to be following. Please follow them, okay? You catch me in my emotions. Yep. Be cautious of being defensive against these signs and synchronicities, okay? Don't be guarding against them. Be watchful for them instead. Let them come in. There might be some fear that it's too good to be true, for instance, and the universe wants you to know that that isn't the case at all, that they're guiding you to something that's really, really cool, okay? Yeah, this is about expecting the worst when, this is the energy of someone who's been through a lot of shit, who's greeted new situations with positive energy, and the new situation has somehow turned out to be disappointing, a bait and switch, or something, or it's just didn't pan out. And so you've gone through life you've become a little bit more of a jaded person. So this is asking you to, in spite of all the shit that you've been through, all the scars that you've built up over time from people screwing you over, still come at this with your with your cup out, ready to receive blessings, even if it feels like that's kind of stupid, like it's not wise, because you've been through this situation before and it's not panned out. After the betrayal, there come new plans for moving out and not having to worry about saving back resources because you're afraid that they're going to be taken away from you. So the Rider-Waite-Smith version is way more traumatic looking, This is about getting to rest after that Nine of Swords situation. You're getting to look out over ostensibly a lovely beach, and you're just getting to relax for a moment. And it's a sign that it is over, basically. And once it's over, you can make plans for the future where you don't have to worry about keeping stuff to yourself because you're afraid there won't be enough or there won't be any left over for you. Or like you won't have like enough of a savings account to like really take care of what you both need and want. Leaving this situation with your family, with your friends, with possibly a significant other is the best thing possible for you, even if it'll be hard work. You're going to be crying a bit. Therapy is a great place to go, okay? You are being guided to a wonderful place. Please keep that in mind. The universe doesn't guide you to shit. They're going to be guiding you to nirvana, so to speak. That's it for you Earth signs. Have a good December.